Okay.
Absolutely terrified.
I know you are. Look, see the people ahead?
No, I can't.
Okay, just stay where you're at.
Only place you need to go to.
I'm with you.
Okay, we're stepping again.
I got
Again.
it.
One more.
I'm scared.
Let's go.
Wes, how many more?
Can't talk about the steps yet.
I grew up being told I had to look and act perfect every time I stepped out of the house. That has stayed with me my entire life. But life is a journey in which you are going to change. There's going to be enormous transformations. You're going to fail miserably. And triumph isn't necessarily always the award or being in the spotlight. It is the crying, totally beat up, physically your body cannot move anymore. But it's also the triumph of keeping going. My inexplicable falls started around the age of 25. I was tested, every test you can imagine. And at that time in my life, in my mid-20s, late 20s, when you want to be in control, you just can't imagine that you'll lose all physical function. HIBM is hereditary inclusion body myopathy. This is a very rare genetic disease. If you were to look at my muscles, they look like Swiss cheese. Within 10 to 15 years of its onset, it typically leads to severe incapacity. I find that's like the PG safe version of them not saying quadriplegia. I am sick and I have a chronic illness that is forever changing, where there is constant loss. But there is no body going down and work going down. It's maybe body physically going down and the ambition and the drive in my advocacy work goes up. I knew at a very young age what I wanted to do, that I wanted to work in developing countries. I started at the age of 24 with the United Nations, but it was that time in my life that I started limping.
Je m'appelle Cara. Moi aussi, je suis handicapée.
I didn't see myself as a disability advocate. But when you have a voice or a platform that can make a difference and make a positive influence in the world, you should do so. March 2014 is when the idea came, crossing the Grand Canyon. I learned that for every 5 million people who visit the Grand Canyon, only 1% go down. I wanted to be part of that 1%. The physical barriers are very real, but it's the attitudinal barriers that are the most difficult and challenging to deal with. If we're ever going to see the cultural and social change that we want in the world, we need to have these beacons.
I met Cara a few years ago. She'd called to ask if we would allow someone with disabilities to ride.
Yeah, there you go.
She wanted to let people understand that there are no barriers or limitations other than the ones that you put on yourself.
Look at this magnificent animal.
Wes was really excited about being a pioneer and having someone with disabilities come down into the canyon on a horse, which as far as I know, has never been done.
He can be safe in his mind. Man, all of our training is teaching these guys how to be calm in the chaos.
I could feel how hard she had been working. I was just looking at it as, is there some purpose here? Is there some passion involved in this? Then if so, then I wanted to be in.
Thank you.
Sliding down.
Hold on, put that arm over towards me, please. She feeds off of breaking any type of stigma, whether it's related to women or disabilities, and then proving them wrong.
She shared her story just a few weeks ago before embarking on her dream adventure across the Grand Canyon. Her mission, travel the canyon as a voice for others living with a disability.
Just because something's difficult doesn't mean that you shouldn't do it.
In the gym, for the first time in probably 4 years, to try and get as fit as possible for the Grand Canyon expedition.
In the last 6 months, she has deteriorated physically tenfold. And these are wild horses, putting someone, especially when it comes to physical disabilities, on a 1,000+ pound animal that's fight or flight. I don't know how we're gonna get through this.
I didn't really listen to people because people in my own life, imagining themselves in my position, said, how are you gonna manage? People said that when I went to Angola, when I went to Haiti. People said, no one will marry you this way. These are ableist ideas. This is what I'm trying to change. In 89 days, we will take off. We are 9 weeks away from taking off.
We're 53 days.
30 days, 28 days to go until I and a group of wranglers, rafters, my husband, and a film crew take off on the south rim of the Grand Canyon for a 12-day expedition. We will cross it on horseback for the first 3 days and then raft along the Colorado River for 150 miles. At this point, it's out of my control. We've done everything we can to prepare. Okay.
Oh my God. Thank you.
Leg up. Oh, sorry.
1, 2, 3, up.
Push yourself up.
Okay. Everybody just a calm walk, okay? Okay, come on, Sheriff.
Okay, we got a couple of steps down. We're gonna go slow. Nice, easy steps. Nice, easy steps. Step,
Oh, look at that view.
step.
There was a lot of fear for all of us.
Okay, position.
I didn't have the inner thigh muscles to move my legs. I didn't know if I would be able to hold the physical position in the saddle.
Let's go.
Keep coming with me.
Watch our left foot on the side.
Little step. We're gonna keep moving.
I'll start counting. 7, this is a big one. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Here's another big one.
I got you. I got you.
Good work. great. All right.
Okay, we're gonna start moving. All right, we're walking.
Deep breaths.
Let's go, Sheriff.
Hang on, hang on, hang on.
Ooh.
These are the steepest steps.
Oh my God.
Prepare yourself. Steady. Come on, Sheriff, give me a step, bud. There it is.
Sit up, sit up, sit up, sit up, sit up. Push up, push up, push up, push up.
I got you. Okay, Cara? Talk to me. Cara.
Whoa.
Okay.
Yeah.
Keep talking.
My face. Oh.
Just my head is really paining, it's throbbing.
Okay.
I smashed my forehead, my nose, and my face on his head.
I heard the helmet thump too up there, so.
Yeah.
We're gonna stop.
She went head to head with the horse, huh? Yeah, she hit off, really. She can sag on her head. I worry about her having a concussion. We easily could be turning around right now.
There's a lot of energy. And the horses are feeling, okay? I want this to be safe.
Yeah.
Let me walk you through your options right now. It's either get off or we just keep moving.
Okay.
I'll let Kelsey or yourself or your team
you have
make
an egg
that
on
call.
your head.
'Cause I'm
But here's the question. This is steep here. Would you rather go down on foot?
I think you're safer where you're at.
I would have to agree.
That's what I'm gonna say.
And I think if you could just make it a little bit further.
Give me 5 minutes. Let's reeval in 5 minutes.
Take it nice and slow, okay?
And this is so out of my comfort zone and out of my moral ethical code of a therapeutic riding instructor. There's some people in my industry that had reached out and just kind of said, "Are you crazy?"
Oh, please.
She wanted this so badly.
You got it, kid.
She was gonna come when it came down to it, with or without me.
Please.
Where we're at.
I'm scared.
Press down hard in your stirrups.
I unfortunately have this drive behind me to push adrenaline through my veins to keep going. There's a very fine line for me in honoring my personal experience of living with this devastating chronic illness and the constant mourning and sense of loss as I lose abilities, and being a public advocate and spokesperson for the community, trying to promote the social model of disability. It's hard sometimes.
I squeeze the ankle. Okay. That's just
Okay.
I had no idea it was that long, that steep, that dangerous. It's a 10-hour descent to the bottom.
We are so close, Cara.
I didn't realize I had a fear of heights. I was panicking. I was like, I can't get out of this.
As it kept going on, it is like, you're in this. You have to face this. You don't have a choice.
You don't realize the limits of what human beings can do unless you're tested.
You're almost there.
Thank you, everybody.
I don't know if Cara knows this or not, but her life was in my hands.
It has been the hardest mental challenge for me.
But we made it this far.
That last point, her breathing was so restricted, and I'd look into her eyes and just see this kind of glossed over courage. But she chose and dug deep and found a way to keep going. You just got to step one time, and then again and again and again.
Oh. Okay, nice and light.
We did it.
Oh. Put me on top. Oh, yeah.
Boy, that shiner's.
Isn't it?
It's coming out. You're getting the colors of the rainbow here.
My first shiner in the Grand Canyon.
Right or left? Left shoulder. Right shoulder's weak.
There was a lot of truth that came out in the Grand Canyon. Not just the acknowledgement of how weak my body was, but also about being your authentic self. When you're a disability advocate, I think doing anything, putting yourself out there, there's always a risk that people aren't going to agree with what you're doing or how you do it. But so often we don't even try something because we're afraid.
You with me?
Yeah.
Stay with me. Come on. Okay, we got about 30 seconds, and we're going.
I can do it. Lean forward.
One more.
Lean forward for the last one. Come on, come on, come on.
Michelle, can you hear me? I just don't remember her. Tomorrow we return to Phantom Ranch, which is our last day of horseback riding, where we will meet the river crew. She said there's a crazy outpour of support on social media. She's posting on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. So that's awesome. Yeah. Oh my God, we made it. Step back, man. Love you. Love you. Thank you. Way to go.
Thank you so much.
Dude.
Oh.
It was Harlan's idea, actually. He said, well, why don't we take a different route out? Why don't you switch over to whitewater rafts and raft out the lower half, 150 miles of the Colorado River? The Colorado River is known as the lifeline to the West. You have some of the highest whitewater rapids in the United States. It's amazing how that river has cut through creating that canyon. It can also be very dangerous, and it has taken many lives.
I first saw Cara at the 2015 No Barriers Summit. She was the keynote speaker. It completely moved me, and I just remember thinking, like, this woman is so powerful. I was really skeptical. I had no expectations. We started off with getting Cara into the water and working with Roy, who's our safety kayaker.
Roy's sole job was to be there in case I fell out of the boat. And in seeing how physically weak I was, he took it upon himself to say, I will be right beside her.
Okay?
Okay, yeah, let's try that again.
Is it okay if I leave that on?
Yeah, that should be all right.
Running rivers is a very visual sport. You react to what's coming to you visually. So when your eyes are on something else, you're kind of boating by braille a little bit more. And so it's this really interesting challenge for me, too. But that's part of what this whole experience, this whole project is about, is overcoming challenges.
Braids are in the hat, so we're all good to go.
Anything can happen at any moment, and, you know, I will put my life out on the line for her, without question.
Knees in the water. They're getting ready to drop Cara.
There she goes.
Grand Canyon doesn't allow for a set plan. We wanted to see what Cara's body would do and how it would react in the water. We're giving Cara as much information as we possibly can to allow her to make an educated decision on what she wants to do. At the end of the river, we are gonna run Lava Falls. It is the most iconic rapid on the river. To have that experience with Cara would be phenomenal. Right now, it's far, far from my mind. You know, one day at a time and one rapid at a time.
That was beautiful. On the count of 3?
I think there's an acknowledgement and understanding of what could happen. A boat flips, or if we end up smashing a wall or whatever that is. How do we deal? How do we respond? How do we react?
It was awesome. Like, you don't need your legs to do this, which is pretty cool.
This is one of the most incredible expeditions, and that requires all of us to show up in a very different way. She's looking to build something greater. It's more about the spirit of what she's done throughout her life. This is a testament to it. She's putting herself out there in an amazingly vulnerable and gracious place.
Go 5. Go 5.
We have what's called a paddle boat. I am the captain of the boat. I'm reading the water. I give commands to let them know what I'm seeing.
White water, we love it! All forward! Hold on!
How do you feel, Cara?
Fantastic! Didn't fall out of the boat. We're at June's Lock Canyon and the waterfall.
Lava Falls is one of the highest whitewater rapids in the United States. It was the largest and most challenging of the end of the rapids that we would be going through. That was the pinnacle.
It's beautiful, it's wild, a lot can go wrong.
I have some pretty large reservation about running lava. My heart stops to some degree when I think about her swimming that rapid. Like, yeah.
It would be incredible to be able to do it. And I have such confidence in you, Royal. I know that is a lot of pressure.
Lava's always a gamble in my mind. It's, no matter how much control you might think you're in, lava is always sort of a rolling of the dice.
There's a few rapids down here where no matter how good you are, that place will humble you and you might get separated. Something might happen and you might not be able to be there.
If she ends up in the water and lava, it's gonna be a bad swim.
I don't want to put somebody's life at risk on my watch.
If everybody is on board, I'm happy to do it. I just want to make sure we're taking care of her.
I give it a 90% probability that that boat dump trucks, kicks everyone out of there, or flips.
Why are you nervous?
Well, because I don't know what you're saying. You're gonna tell me. And while I'm excited to do lava, I also know that if you tell me no, that it is probably the greatest gift of love because you care about me.
We just talked about at the end of our conversation exactly what you just said. And BJ said it. He's like, Cara cares so much about all of us and how everyone else, their safety, their well-being, and that's what this whole trip has been about. And we've had this incredible experience.
God forbid something did happen to me or to anybody on the trip, that would stay with all of us forever.
You're gonna get to run lava no matter what. And if we do it in a motorboat, that can be an amazing thing too.
The team made the decision. They decided together what would be best for all of us. For us not to be in the raft and to do that run on the motorboat. Because at this point in the expedition, it wasn't about me. And I think from the beginning, it never really was.
Holy shit, we are doing this.
We can read. Oh yeah, jump out. Yeah, that was awesome.
That stayed on!
It was gnarly.
I'm so glad we did it this way.
Yeah, it was huge.
Yeah, you guys went big. It was awesome.
Yeah, that was.
Expect the best, prepare for the worst.
That's the plan.
Not a good spot
Z.
to be anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not your
Should
run.
we
It's
get
what
him
you do
out?
with it.
Can you let go?
Not yet.
Watch your head.
All right.
Hey, BJ, cut it! BJ, cut it! Cut it! Cut it! Cut it!
Cut the motor.
Shit. Stay with Cara.
Yeah.
It's Roy. It's Roy.
I was sitting there and I couldn't move. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't even get out of the way. And I feel so responsible. Everybody is here because of me.
He's right here! He's here! He's here!
Are you all right? Okay, can you get out of your skirt? Can I pull it?
I'm out.
You're out? Here, give me your life jacket. You're all right, I got you. I got you.
Hold on.
Okay, take a minute. Motor's cut. You all right? Oh. 1, 2, 3. You all right?
I got caught up in the moment. Before I knew it, there I was, underneath a motor rig. The nightmare that we all know is totally possible.
Sorry, I scared you.
Put you in that position.
It's not your fault.
ready?
My legs are gonna flop. Today's the last day, and it couldn't be spent more perfectly than to share it with Roy and Dee and Kelly in the water. They've given me so much strength and healing and nurturing and love and guidance.
This wasn't a pilgrimage just for myself, but for everybody who was involved.
I feel flooded with emotions from the minute we left and all day long. What it takes for her to function on a daily basis, like all the things that I take for granted. And I give her so much credit for not giving a shit. Like, she just puts it out there and does it and isn't afraid to ask for help or express how she's feeling.
I already had that inkling and that intuition to know that there was magic in this trip. But there's no power in that if you don't take what you learn here out into the world.
Being in the water is like home because I don't need my legs. The water holds me. Everything in my life is difficult, everything. And I'm tired. I get really tired living with HIBM because everything is so hard. But living with HIBM, it's brought so much more than it has taken away from me.
It feels like a lifetime ago that I came up with this idea. Everything has happened and everything has changed since the Grand Canyon. I grew up the first 30 years of my life without a disability, and I've been conditioned by the ableist ideas of what it means to live with a disability. I set out on this journey believing I needed to represent the 1.3 billion people who live with disabilities by being this warrior queen, effortlessly making her way through the canyon. But what I learned in the canyon is that the me crying with 2 black eyes who still keeps going, that's what's real. The best way to be a beacon for my community is to have the courage to just be me.